Hi, welcome back to the couch. It's me, Fog, Parker, and MRP. We are game number 2 of this NA Clash FDL versus Digital Chaos. We actually already have a draft, so let's hop into it right now so you don't miss any of the coverage. Gentlemen, welcome back. I was not here for game 1, but I did catch a majority of the game. I mean, what is there to say? It was like they just took a nerd and shoved him in the locker. It was hard to watch.
Yeah.
DC, beautiful synergy.
5 nerds.
And yeah, Drow Ranger, what can you say?
Yeah. We missed you here, though.
Did you?
A little bit.
You guys enjoyed Grant too much. He had diarrhea, so he had to step out. I took his spot.
Typical Grant.
Typical.
Too many Red
It's
Bulls.
all that Dr. Pepper and whatever he drinks. It's really a shame. So we're game number 2. My early thing was, this is it, FDL. It's elimination time now. This is it. Do or die. Are we going to see something fun, or are we not? So far, not.
So far, not. I was hoping that we would, but at least this time they went for the more standard. They took the first pick instead of going for like the second pick, Radiant, which we don't really see too often.
Yeah.
So they take that, and the ban's pretty similar. They did the same ones. Ricky Beastmaster. DC switched it up by banning the Elder Titan, and then FDL completely changes the way this draft goes by stealing DC's Void from last game.
I think if you look at the game 1 draft, it's like we took second pick so we could have the overall last pick, but what value? You didn't get any value out of that. You got forced into a last pick Spectre, which was not a good pick. It was more like a, hey, nothing's left.
Yep.
You fourth picked the Alk, which was probably the actual questionable pick, but there seems to be some hotly contested first stage picks, so that's where having first pick is going to be good.
These are always some solid foundation picks. There's still room for the cheese here from FDL if they want to pull out something a bit funky, but on the other hand, you could see it look the other way. They're like, we really want to get just that one win, so we're going to go as hard as we can. But based on Franz's face and the relaxed atmosphere, I don't know if that's the case. Nice headset form, though.
That's
how you wear it.
That's how I wear it. Yeah, one on, one off, always. Right?
Is that MJW?
I don't know.
Think so.
He's actually got a working headset now. He
said the sleeper.
He had the like little one-sided headset.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even a headset. It was
Bluetooth,
one of the PlayStation things apparently. You only hear out of one ear.
It's a jawbone, bro.
Okay.
But we saw that in his team were giving him shit for it, so we
Now, big question. I'm sure they've played it a couple times. Digital Chaos, Earth Spirit. Likely going to be Misery.
Yeah.
But why can't we see Weehaw play it anymore? You guys know he is, I would say pound for pound, top 3 Earth Spirit in the game right now, without question. Him, Jarex, and Fear. Crit is also there.
Yeah.
Maybe because I haven't seen Fear in a while play it, I'd probably bump up Crit a bit more. But those are like top 4 without question. Weehaw loves to play it in the mid lane. He used to play it like when the hero first came out. Him and Jarex would just be like, oh, we're just going to take it mid lane. And then they took it to the off lane, and now he's all the way down to a support position because they wanted to get all that XP, all that heavy, level burst, and then just go right into a huge magnetized play and just dictate the pace of the game. And especially in pubs when you're like, what is this guy doing? He's throwing stones at me? I'm freaking out right now. And then they like get hit by magnetized, they walk into other stones. He was a pub crusher.
So now DC's actually the ones who do what you were saying that FDL might want to do and switch it up a bit. They go for the silencer.
Yeah, what's that about?
We
To
saw
stop
Core
the
silencer from Wings yesterday.
I think this is probably also a safe lane farming silencer.
It's so good against Void.
It's so good versus Void. Like you stop the whole entire combo. Like if he goes in Chronos and your silencer's not in it, of course you just global use.
Cool corner you got there, but shh. Don't come no closer.
Also, silence across in general versus Void is very, very strong.
It's very good versus Shadow Demon as well. You rely on his defensive capability and as well as his setup with the disruption. So you can drop the global in the midst of a disruption so that there's no follow-up beyond it, and you can also drop it offensively so that there's no defensive capability there. So I don't know about Silencer this often, but it seems like he's slated to have a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this early.
He falls off there. We saw him yesterday. We start listing the heroes' downsides. There's a lot of them. He doesn't farm, doesn't push out lanes. He falls off.
Ooh, taking a page out of Wings' book, picking up the Ogre Magi.
Are they going for some super carry here?
They did.
Or it might just be a Terrorblade, but I guess that is the super carry. And what do you want to Bloodlust this game?
And they're not going to have the Luna like Wings did, so they have someone else they want to kind of charge up,
Usually, I mean, we've said Bisa usually plays the Void, but I think this one could probably be like the Ogre Void dual lane. 2 super tanky melee heroes just in your face. Because they already look at DC's lineup and they know with Earth Spirit, Darkseer are probably going to be together. Earth Spirit's going to be moving around a lot, just trying to cause a ruckus.
We have seen Shadow Demon's prowess in terms of solo zoning an offlaner out, so
that as well.
Them throwing out the Ogre into the offlane shouldn't hurt their safe lane too much.
Doing an Ogre Void almost forces Earth Spirit to be playing that safe lane to just secure it, if you want to secure it, that is.
Which we've seen as being one of the best ways to deal with the roaming Earth Spirit is just to force him to sit in one lane and support his carry.
So you have then Like you're talking about one great hero to bail out your set core, one now to buff it up a bit, and it's got to be someone who can survive in the laning stage. You know, with it, they decided to do a dual off lane. I'm very curious to see what the BC hero is going to be, but in the meantime,
silencer, I guess.
Yeah, Sven.
Wombo combo on the side of DC. Across, look with all 4 heroes really. They get a vacuum into Earth Spirit or into a Sven stun with the global on top. It's just it's a lot. It's really hard to deal with, and it's pretty easy to actually get it off and get it going.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting.
I mean, this is going to mean that solo, though, MJW should have a really good time early on, aside from, you know, a good geomagnetic grip coming out from the Earth Spear.
Silencer is quite good versus laning, like zoning the Void, but if it's an Ogre as well up there, it can be pretty impossible.
I feel like support Silencer is not the greatest laning support. I mean, his zone capability is okay, but...
Wait, why are we putting out the...
It still could be mid. Yeah, it still could be mid, but that'd be a little weird.
It's not
you're up one game?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'd like to see the Earth Spirit.
I don't think
again.
it went Silencer versus TA.
But I don't know if it's happening.
It's not that bad, right? You can burn the refraction pretty easy.
With the curse, I guess?
With curse and Glaives takes 2.
Yeah, I would, and yeah, you probably wouldn't go heads first and like, okay, Silencer mid. I don't even know who I'm going against.
2 instances of damage?
I believe so. I believe it does do 2 instances of damage. But I don't think we'll see it, especially just because Saksa. I know they've been picking it for him a bit.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
And he likes to play it, and it just fits overall better. I think Wings is probably one of the few teams that's crazy enough to run it as a as a core.
Love the Drow ban. That Silencer would have really had a heyday, especially if he's in like zoning support position if he had the extra buff on his back.
Yeah. DC actually banning MJW here, perhaps anticipating the safe lane Void, which has been the go-to for Bisa a lot of these games.
FDL doesn't really have any heroes to push waves out right now. So they're like Shadow Poison in the TA.
Are they gonna just do Morphling?
Morph. Terrorblade just disappeared. It's actually just not being touched at all, but
Sven's quite good versus him too, but
yeah.
Can be good for him. Whoa! There we go. Like we said, the change up.
Whoa! Who's that guy? Who is that red-faced guy?
A lot of good heroes to Bloodlust.
Oh,
he's good versus
Troll's
Sven.
ulti is good for himself.
playing the
and
troll.
Void. Like this is a really cool draft.
He's very interesting versus Sven too with the miss rate. We haven't been seeing that come into part.
You say I think at the same time Sven with Warcry is good against all 3 of these cores.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
it does go both ways a bit. Like you're happy to have a Sven as your carry against this draft.
So if you switch between melee and range form and you have Curse the Silent on you, does it keep reapplying it?
I would hope not.
It might be. It might. I don't know. That's one that I've not been able to play.
The other thing is
that's like what, like Medusa's shield? I don't think that would like.
I don't think so.
Right? No.
Troll has the lowest base in the game as well, so if he gets a couple of those stolen away from him,
Hero doesn't need too much int. It's fine. None of his spells cost much mana.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, you do want to use them.
Yeah.
He relies on the
Blitz had a game he put up on YouTube once where they had his core silencer and they bullied a troll into like Dumbville. He had like negative intel.
He couldn't like access all that.
That was so ridiculous.
Troll moves a lot in his portrait compared to everybody else, huh?
Yeah, he's a spaz. He's got the
goes
ADHD
in.
for sure. He's like, I can't stop.
TA's
Put me
turn your
in
head.
the fight now.
So DC needs more than like the Weehaw hero, so that's the Ember Spirit picked up.
Ember versus TA, at least a decent matchup. Kind of even, perhaps, between those two.
No real lockdown on the side of FDL
Yeah.
either. It's just the Chronosphere, and I guess you could say the Ogre stun, but
CCNC's a good TA though, and Sideblaze do a lot of damage.
He did a lot of work in their first round match.
So I worry a bit
when he had to play the TA. He won his lane. Yeah.
But you know, as you mentioned, it's a bit of a duality.
how is that matchup? TA versus Ember. It can be really pretty even. I think TA.
I'd say it's roughly even.
Yeah, TA can do
have
pretty
a
well.
slight edge.
I think
sure.
I think a better TA wins that matchup.
I agree.
Do you still think the best value for FDL is to run that Ogre Faceless Void together at that point, or do you think the Ogre should, you know, maybe consider floating around a bit, adding some extra influence on the mid lane, maybe?
He definitely wants to have like a TP, but he wants to float around mid lane at least. They want to float around mid lane with at least one of the supports, because Ember Spirit, Earth Spirit is very easy to get a kill on the TA. So if the TA is left completely alone, he could struggle.
Yeah, that's true. Might need a way to have an easy bailout, but let's get underway, folks. It's game number 2 of our first series for day number 3 of Summit 5 action. FDL takes on DC. It's an elimination match. FDL on the verge of being the first team to get their asses boot out of the house. We will boot them out of the house.
No fun.
No food either. We're not giving them an Uber to the airport or whatever. They just gotta walk. Let's see if they can stay alive.
The other thing
that's
about
brutal.
Don't lose.
The other thing about roaming the Ogre, I feel, is although the Darkseer is going to find farm, I don't know that they have all that much kill potential on him with that triumvirate of heroes. And Troll, with the changes to Berserker's rate, as well as having the tower increase in armor, he can last it under the tower just fine, I think. So
Ogre's got stout. That to me says he wants to spend a lot of time top lane.
He's gonna be
I see
straight up
that
laning.
stout. I'm like, okay, they both have stout. Ogre Void. This is dual lane.
5 stout shields in one game at the start.
I definitely agree with the decision from FDL.
This is a hard game for
6.
mangoes.
I can't count.
NA math.
every.
Anyway.
Not every core.
There was a Quelling Blade in the. Whatever, dude. Leave me alone.
He didn't position
in the
the
wrong
same slot.
slot.
Yeah.
Whatever, guys. Thanks, Mott.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't gotten to see firsthand too much Misery Earth Spirit here, so I'm looking forward to it.
He's been playing it
he
a
plays
good amount of pubs.
He plays every position on Earth with every team you've ever heard of. So
Every role,
So
every
true.
hero,
every hero,
every
yeah,
TI.
every
He's probably
TI,
the most
every event.
versatile player in Dota 2.
Yeah,
Is looking at like big picture.
I would put like
him
him
and Fear.
that's who I was gonna
Yep.
say. Him and Fear, like pound for pound
Yeah.
Dota
And
players. without
Dota
question.
1, Misery was a mid.
Yep.
Yep.
You remember like Misery versus Dendy matchup was
Yep.
like the
Misery-
best thing in the
Dota
world.
one-
and Misery the Slayer.
Dota
Misery
1
the
Fear was
Slayer.
55, so
Yeah, Fear was 55.
And
He was young and prime.
Incredible
Yeah.
off lane too.
what do you think is going to be the lane that we are going to see the most
Top.
bloodshed here? Top lane's where the
Well,
frisky
I don't know
action.
about bloodshed, but there'll be a lot
Frisk.
of harass.
Yeah.
And it's going to be.
Like Sasuke wants to get close. Did he go Glaives? No, he didn't level it up yet. So
I guess bottom you have the Iron Shell action too. Mid's
Oh,
a lot of damage. Yeah.
Ogre takes literally 0 damage.
Oh yeah,
From the
It's like
right click.
nice tickle Glaives.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about mid lane with the TA matchup. Just able to bully Ember early.
Problem is the Darkseer Spirit, so there is some kill potential here for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I really like this approach that DC did though. They recognized that FDL was going to do this dual lane, and it looks like they actually. Oh no, they did not block the lane. I thought they blocked the big camp in the top with the ward, but they didn't. It looked like they had tried, they had wanted to, but
He's trying to get the pull off, and it looks like it was unsuccessful. And trying to pull some aggro away from that tower. Troll, yeah, only 2 CS, so it's definitely getting bullied a bit. The Iron Shell's a bit frustrating, but he'll be able to CS under the tower and recover a bit here. And MJW just happy to CS under the enemy tower.
Should be a really good lane for him.
Yeah, no real kill potential in this top lane for DC, so he's not too scared.
Yeah, and as Gods mentioned, I mean, having the battle trance is your pseudo mask of madness for your Void once he picks that Chronosphere up. So he's slated to have a good early game for sure.
yeah, they're contesting really well. They're getting the side pulls off too.
Okay, so we're thinking about doing some work on the Franz, catching with the AoE of the stun here, but
Here comes
Ogre's
Bloodlust.
Ogre's Spat, and you want, oh yeah, early Bloodlust.
Reduced mana cost now from the recent
50,
patch.
it was 75, discounted now. Ben was talking yesterday about how he feels like it was already a value grab, and now might be even more so.
Yeah. Definitely significant. Ogre's been getting, I think, buffs like every single patch since they reduced that ignite range.
I'm
Okay.
looking to like unleash the Bloodlust troll. He's gonna go crazy.
We asked about the mid lane matchup. It's not all that even apparently.
Yeah, it looks
TA
like
wrecking.
CC's actually just going crazy on him. This is a CC hero that he plays very consistently
Yeah.
too.
And he doesn't have to worry about an Earth Spirit getting in his face. This is great.
Yeah,
for him.
that's the one thing that we were a bit worried about if the Earth Spirit was going to roam on the mid a little bit, but looks like he's prioritizing the other lanes. Bronze now looking like he's in trouble. They have 3 spells on him.
Oh, Misery rotated to the top, so that's why the DC are looking to make their move, but they got the fat target here, and they're going to be able to bring him down. Franz will be the first to drop, and they're going to make it a 2 for possibly, no, MJW, he gets the leap off.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, follow-up stun is there, rotations come, but they're going to be too late. Stand King's here now, but just to kind of hang out for some XP.
Great move by Misery there, grabbing the Ion Shell from Moo before he TP's in, so giving them just enough damage to be able
Yeah,
to
I
clear
didn't-
off both those heroes.
I
Those
didn't catch that because Ogre has
Perfect.
such armor, such high armor that I was like, there's no way they're killing him off here. But really well played for them. That's gonna really kind of stymie the pressure on the top lane for now, and maybe allow Misery to get things done elsewhere.
That's something that not EG like stapled or anything, but they're the ones who did that a lot, where Fear would grab the Ion Shell in the offlane from Universe, and then he'd TP and make moves across the map with it. So I love seeing that, honestly.
Earth Spirit's just that ridiculous hero who could just make that kind of jump from the tower all the way down to like where the water is just to get that first gank going.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how he can close the gap.
But still, FDL putting a lot of pressure on the side of DC. You can see, just looking at the CS, they are leading
Doing
quite heavily.
well, yeah. Like, despite giving up those kills, it's still overall like a good laning stage for FDL, and
Yeah, they've hindered this fan. But
Misery could be in some trouble here.
Yeah, he's waiting for a roll, which is one more second. Can he get it off?
That's
It
big-
looks like
big
he'll be
dodge.
fine.
Yeah, he's okay. CC actually opted to go for the raindrops instead of boots first, early on the TA, so that's kind of interesting.
Just wouldn't block any of the Ember spells. The Searing Chains doesn't do enough damage.
The chains at level 2
Yeah, not early. Not sure.
do enough damage.
Because
So.
You're gonna want to max Flame Guard in that matchup, regardless. So I don't know.
Maybe just a roaming Earth Spirit he's worried
Helps
about.
with the mana regen.
It's I think
Yeah,
it's
the
more so
Boulder
the mana
Smash,
regen.
yeah. And yeah, exactly, the mana regen. There's still spells out there which it will work for.
It's also just an amazing item. We've been seeing it like all over the place. I know what Ben claimed it is now RD. Raindrops
yeah.
are now RD.
Everyone buy your
Better than
RDs.
missing Luna drops.
Moon drops.
Moondrops, oh god. I feel like I hear that way too often.
So the one thing about the Ogre though, being in the off lane, is that
A
they
roaming
haven't
Ember.
stacked
The
much
pre-6
TA.
movement by Weehaw.
Yeah. How's it going,
Flame Guard
everybody?
is
And now he could be in
in
trouble.
trouble, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Did not expect Shadow
Uh-oh.
Demon.
Oh god.
Oh no. Yeah, that was not how they planned it going.
And when you're already struggling in lane, you're making this rotation to try and catch up. Because you're 8 CS, you're like, okay, I'm losing my lane. If I get a kill at bottom, that's going to create some space for my team and find myself farm. But
Moose,
Yeah,
Moose
yeah.
dead as
Oh my
well.
gosh.
Oh, that's really detrimental.
Double kill, both of them going to Beast of the
disaster.
Troll.
nice.
Pieces like, you're blocking me. Move your
Considering-
illusions. Thank you.
They have great vision around that bottom lane. They've got 2 Observer Wards. They see their rotation coming and Shadow Demon's already there.
Yeah, that's actually a really good thing to point out.
Considering the CS lead we already touched upon, that's actually pretty detrimental to this early game for DC.
Yeah, the top lane is one of the only lanes that seems to be kind of going their way, but yeah, outside of that, CC's farming love ridiculously well in this mid
Yeah.
lane, and now bottom lane has just kind of been set.
Yeah, I mean kill-wise they're faring well top lane, but the Void has more CS than the Sven at this point, so it's
Yeah.
still concerning.
And Troll's got ulti now, so whenever they have the chrono, they can probably make their first move.
Yeah, they've got Bloodlust and Battle Trance, so should be more than enough, I feel, to grab a kill. Unless he gets the War Cry off, like
Unless he dies here too.
dies.
Oh, they got kind of baited
Nice
in a bit to
Boulder
soften up
Smash as well.
resolution,
Catch
yeah.
them both.
Yeah, Ogre Magi takes 0 damage though.
That's what I thought the first time around, but they
Alright.
killed him off.
Iron Shell for the win. Nice rotation there again from Misery though. He's pretty much, yeah, like we were saying, playmaker for DC.
Yeah. And then you look at that draft and you think who actually can make plays in the early game. It is Misery, but he's really stepped up so far.
Yeah, but CC's just literally versus nobody in the mid lane. Weehaw accepted the fact that he can't do anything there. He's just jungling.
Whew.
Namu looks like he should be in trouble here.
Yeah.
They have the disruption held.
Going for like the same spot as before, but this
Yeah,
time
he
it's
should go down.
Mark?
Whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa.
And they Observer.
Yeah, that, looked like a
And they
that actually looked like a
Observer.
mouse problem. That is definitely not on Travis. We'll blame BTS.
We didn't make the mice.
TY.
We got you. We got you.
Yeah.
But they got Moo, yeah. So he goes down while
Still short of the Chronosphere at this point.
Yeah, but
Okay.
oh, looks like he's actually gonna go down to here again.
yeah. MJW stuck, no way to bail him out, and he's just caught in a hot mess of creeps here. But finds his way to the low ground at least, but Misery on Chase doesn't connect with the rolling boulder, but MJW
Man
knows
up,
that. Oh,
Bash.
he's just like, my best chance is going man mode there.
Yeah, it was.
If they had mana for Battle Trance, maybe they would have actually gotten that kill.
Yeah. And if Soundsy didn't get the curse from the high ground too, it was definitely a kill.
That was scary. Weehaw getting chased out.
He doesn't have
He's
six
level
yet,
5.
does he?
CC's, how dare you come back to the lane?
CC. Not gonna chase him down.
Well, he's still level 5, huh?
Yeah.
CC's level 8.
Yeah, that's
This is.
That's
Wee's
quite
in
a
a bit of
disparity.
trouble. They'll definitely need to
I
find
don't
like that.
think mid matchup should be this one-sided.
Yeah,
I'm not.
it should.
I'm not a
It
mid
should.
laner, but I.
We definitely set slight edge TA, but it shouldn't be. I mean, CC&C is signature hero, I guess. So
Do they have any ancient stacks for him though? I don't believe that they have actually been doing that. No, they've been prioritizing other things, which is working out for them. So
Bottom lane,
Oh, nice
sidestep,
dodge from Stanking.
not gonna hit. Bisa will take the hit from the boulder smash form though.
And Stanking's been there again. Protects the carry and.
this is the ideal though for a troll. Like it's kind of the same as a Drow Ranger now. I feel you kind of want to be left in your own for a bit until
Yeah.
you get in your element, and then you can start making the moves once you
he
have. Like,
definitely is.
So what are the
one
moves
or
then?
two.
Are you creeping in for a Roche kind of a moves? Are you looking to take fights kind of moves?
I think the fighting build's fine. He's even got
Yeah.
a Dominator, so he can stack for his TA, or he can even just bring a creep around with
Yeah.
himself.
I mean, to Dakota's point, they have a melt.
Or he should be
So,
buying the Dominator
Roche
in a second.
is-
Sorry.
Yeah,
Roche
Roche
is
would be
definitely a
easy.
Possibility.
Yeah, if they can get in there.
But it would be desirable to, take out that tier 1 in the offlane beforehand.
Yeah, the vision isn't the best for DC as far as what they have available.
Troll
to
rate.
heroes.
Troll's getting dove.
troll is gone.
And he actually gets killed right after he picks up his Dominator. DC, that's the right move that they should. They need to make the moves onto the Troll Warlord whenever they know the supports aren't there.
I mean, still, CC&C has been completely uncontested all game.
He's uncontested, and now the Void's going to have a lane to work with if Ogre wants to kind of move somewhere else.
How much damage he's doing right now. Well, that's just with a Blight Soul. That's just being over leveled.
Yeah. Wild standing at the top lane now. Finds out resolution.
Yeah, he's just messing up with his farm. That's really annoying.
Yeah, that's a kink in your neck for sure.
That's one of the advantages to picking Sven is that you can give a support as soon as you pick up any sort of lifesteal, or not even necessarily, but in the levels in Cleave and Warcry, you can leave the lane to your support and just reliably jungle. So Stancake recognized.
They're thinking about making a move here on CC. Misery's making the rotation from south, and they got Saska who is TP'd in with a haste, and it looks like nothing will happen.
And ST's kind of being chased around in the jungle a bit.
Oh yeah, but he's got team nearby. He could bait them in maybe to some trouble. They have to know that top lane left though, but they're gonna go for it anyways. Boulder smash, pull on silence, MJW probably with a chrono, but he gets him magnetized there, and he's gonna unleash it. Disruption will help.
Battle chance was
Subsided a bit, but they made their move for Saska, so at least they'll be able to trade supports. It looks like.
Yeah,
but that curse though, MJW can be in trouble. He'll have to time walk out of there. CC's here though. He gets kicked right in the face and back out of the battle, but. Sidestep.
There we go.
Big catch of the chains right there, and now it turns into a hot mess here for FDL. And CC could end up going down, and he's dead. He's got a pretty penny in his pocket.
Oh! Gets Misery before he dies, though.
Nice little cheap shot on the chin.
They held the chrono there for too long. Even if he could only catch one, I think it was worth committing it to get a kill at the start of that fight. Because MJW ends up not using it at all, having to just TP away because he takes a lot of damage while they're just trying to brawl.
Yeah, and Bisa even, like you said, he used the battle trance to kind of, it looked like he expected the chrono, but instead it was just like the Ogre was actually using the battle trance instead of the Void and just beating the crap out of somebody. Looks like they want to put some pressure on resolution now. They do still have that chrono.
They don't have a trance still. No. Oh, they do have it back up now.
Yeah, it's relatively low cooldown.
Yeah,
nice deny. He goes for a raindrop as well. I like that. Looks like people are...
Everyone's buying raindrops.
But no
games with like 8 plus raindrops.
No ring of a killer though on him, and I don't think I saw one on CC either.
Nice stone efficiency there.
Nice
work.
Really
Kick,
nice.
pull back, and looks like they'll be able to finish him off. He's got 2 stones, and he's dead.
More int for Saxa.
Yep.
So, did the Templar Assassin actually have a ring of a killer?
No.
Checking for him. He
TA
did not
does
either.
not.
Race ban.
So neither of, so they have no ring of a. I don't think that's. I think one of them have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there's no reason not completing it. I know we were talking a bit about it yesterday and like the efficiency between that and raindrop. But
Alright, here's the chrono.
They need to do this fast. Helps on the way. Looks like they'll get it. Moo. Vacuums them back. Oh, he gets hit with a nice little bash. Saska's here though. Drops down the curse, and it looks like that'll be enough for FDL to withdraw. Misery's making chase. He's going to roll in committed.
CC&C is really close to his Blink Dagger if that's what he's going first.
Oh, denied. Right back at you from DC. Now with Stand King here, they're looking to turn it over. Can they make any sort of catch? They're slow though. Oh, they spot out Weehaw below. And Bisa's looking to make his move. He gets the remnant off. Gets a bash. Makes it down to the low ground. Pops back up! Oh no!
Oh man.
Oh no!
He clicked in the middle, and it obviously clicked closer to the North Spirit, so... Rip, that feels terrible.
Ow.
It's a tower as well.
Yeah, that's pretty huge, actually. Like, Weehaw's getting to a point where he might not even be able to catch up. They're gonna have to find a way to make space for him.
It's rough too, because when you're already like you lost your lane to a TA, like that's the kind of thing which will just really kind of tilt you emotionally.
Yeah.
But
Resolution, at least decently farmed. I like the armor build, just kind of tanking up as well as getting armor against this lineup. Not trying to go too greedy and stack ancients.
Is a bit of it on him to be able to burst and get as much as they can during like the global silence play? Because I imagine it's like FTL could lead things off. You get your traditional like global as a counter, and then
it's a bit of a catch-all. Like you get the defense, as Parker was saying, you get the defensive capability out of it too. But you're right. I mean, he's a big chunk of their damage, considering how far behind Weehaw is. I think in that case, though, if you're going full on to that, you go Echo Saber. But Armlet, yeah, a bit of a catch-all. You get both out of it.
He says like, I have 0 mana.
Yeah. He's always seems out of mana.
Yeah. He got the mana creep though. He's got the mana regen creep.
Telling you
Nice.
that low base
Look at
in.
that. There we go. 3 mana regen per second.
Don't run so fast. I gotta give you some mana. That's my life as Coddle,
You
pretty
better
much.
not get those -2s.
Yeah. Yeah, without the
Uh-oh.
kill, you
He might.
definitely having mana problems.
Saska's
here.
floating in. Leads in with the curse. Help me, mana dude. Block them away.
This is -2 if he
You
does.
can heal him.
There's 4 people surrounding him. He looks
He
very
has
dead.
nowhere to go. Okay, can he juke his way out from this one? As a TP. Whirling axis,
Doesn't look
but
like a juke play.
Misery's waiting. With a stone, kicks him down.
Leo's like, please give me the last hit, for God's sake, thank you.
-2.
And with that, that means that the DC can be able to swing the momentum in the top lane a bit. Could even follow it up with the push on the tower, but bottom lane, actually, they suddenly peer, and they want to make a move for Lady TA. But there is FDL members making their approach from the mid lane, flanking from both sides. Can they get CC down first? Jump in with the Magnetize, they certainly can. As a buyback, if they do want to turn this into a fight.
They're just a few seconds late.
Oh,
Very well.
DC make their chase chrono, immediate global, vacuum back, Stand King goes down, forces MJW to time walk and try to go for a TP to make to safety, and he's gone.
That was very big for Weeha's recovery path.
Yes, absolutely. It's exactly what they needed to start happening. They even get a tower at the same time, so just like a double benefit there for DC, and almost an overstepping from CC. Like his team was smoking and he played a little bit too aggressively.
And that's one of those things that really separates like the top teams from like a team like FDL, where a lot of like they're telling him like, hey bait, we're coming to smoke gank behind you, so bait, but he oversteps. Like it just it kind of underestimates how fast he's going to die there, and they kill him before his team even arrive.
Yeah, they don't like 100% know that they're gonna go for that play, but that's like that's like the safe standard smoke play. You smoke to your carry, you're gonna assume that he's gonna get ganked, and just you hope that he doesn't die before you get there. Unfortunately, it does there for them, and this gives DC a lot of room to catch up. Weehaw, which we were mentioning, needs to happen.
I mean, where it stands right now, it's swung almost DC favored as far as how momentum's going, and even overall farm. You've got Resolution at least on par with TA. Darkseer's got more than enough farm to carry him through the mid game, so
yeah, they had a bit of a slow start, but their heroes kind of do that as well, and now that they have like level 6 across the board on everybody, they've got the mech finished up, their team fight became a lot stronger.
So shouldn't FDL, I mean right now it looks like they're just grinding out some farm right now, but while Global's down and you have a like, don't you want to like try to take a fight at this point?
They have no chrono. It's kind of, I guess, a similar importance to the
Playing
global.
around cooldowns.
Yeah.
I feel like they can't just play around the chrono though. If they're just making chrono plays, it's gonna be like you're gonna be like at the same at one
They
point
could
it's
have
gonna
at
be like
least
DC has more.
you know, gone for a smoke roche or something along those lines, but yeah, it definitely does feel like it's a bit of an opportunity wasted.
I suppose they don't have, I mean, I guess disruption is all you got, but we'd hope with enough bursty attack speed of Battle Trance and Bloodlust, the TA on top of it.
Meld.
You'd hope it'd be good enough to be able to just get a good hit and run here and there, but
It's actually such a good game to farm Dark. So he just picked up a Vanguard. The Crimson Guard is going to be really important this game.
Crimson Guard's gonna be really huge.
Like if he can have a fast Crimson mech, he's not doesn't even care about the blink this game. I think
so
he
for
realizes.
those who don't know, what makes the Crimson Guard so good?
Damage
FDL
block
is super
versus-
physical based, and yeah, the damage block is incredibly good versus that.
I'm not implying me, by the way. I'm playing in viewers, of course. Franz, though, looks like he's getting mugged. That's a 5-on-1 gank.
It's pretty ridiculous how long he actually lives though. Raindrop plus an ogre.
There's just straight up
There's the
no
episode.
magic damage on FDL. Like maybe the Shadow Poison stacks, it's kind of so-so, but Ogre's going for 1 point in the Fire Blast, so the multicast stuns aren't doing damage. Void's Time Lock, but that's not really all that much.
Yeah, they really are like pure physical.
So you have Crimson Guard plus Warcry. I think FDL at that point are kind of just screwed.
Yeah,
How
I
do they
think that
actually
they're
kill
gonna
people?
do no damage.
They had such a strong early game, but there's just DC have chosen a few really good fights, and
Yeah. And Resolution's kind of hitting that mid-game critical mass point with the Armlet and the Echo Saber up now. He's going to be able to burst down the Shadow Demon very quickly if he gets like a Blink Dagger coming up.
doesn't have to go BKB really against this draft.
Yeah.
Could just go into a Blink Dagger now.
Yeah.
Oh god, if you have to buy BKB versus FDL's draft, I'd be like, that's when you're like, oh god, we messed up. Oh, like, yeah, all physical pretty
If
much.
you're going to go defensive, Lincoln's is even better here.
Yeah.
Blade mails.
Yeah?
Blade mails against FDL, that'd be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I can see it on like Earth Spirit even, you know.
I mean, there's time walk and refraction, but in general, yeah. Against heavy physical.
We'll have to see though. I mean, by now these cooldowns are off. Or FDL gonna have to try to play a reactive game. I mean, once Global's up, you know that you can't really set the stage with a big chrono and hope to make a big team fight out of it unless you're catching said silencer under the chrono. But I would imagine DC and Sasuke are gonna be like, you just hang in the back.
Yeah, they just got their they got their Deso now, so as long as you get the chrono off, even if they global afterwards, there's a good chance you still get a kill if TA can hit someone inside the chrono. So this is where you want to achieve something, be it an outer tower, a Roshan, pick off. Ideally, you get a pick off into a tower or pick off into a Roshan, and
looks like they want to go top.
Purge creep, that's clever. Very good versus the Ember Spirit and the Sven, but also to remove the global silence from your teammates because it has such a low cooldown.
Oh, you're right.
very short range.
Very
Jump
short.
for Misery, tried to get off what looked like the Magnetize at least, but he goes
that's
down.
Really the target they want.
He takes the gank for
Yeah.
DC.
They have no other catch. That's the problem, though. It's like your ogre's not in range to use his stun. So unless you get a first hit bash, that Earth Spirit might just roll away if you don't chrono. That's a big limitation of FDL's draft. Is that
Yeah, losing this tower is huge, though. This is their last access point to Roche.
that was a good trade so far for DC, but here comes FDL from behind.
All right, and with that, Stan King takes a gank of his own. And FDL are like, wait, are we going at resolution from the front here? Not up into the high ground
They
area.
burned down the refraction to the east on CC&C.
And now they make
looks
their
like they wanna
move
make the
down
run.
below. Yeah, they see that
trouble.
TA is a bit on his own. There's going to be the global. They get him with the stun. He
The
goes
global
down.
for a separate fight on the side. It looks like it was. Yeah, he was trying to save himself.
They got Sasuke, but he got his global off, so his job is done here. With a curse, too. It's going to get refreshed. Fonz, as he pops out all these spells. Beast says, I want a man mode, but Whirling Axis, and that finds no target. MJW is going to be taken down. They look for Franz. He looks for a TP.
The time dilation. He couldn't use the slight fist combo, even though he had Arcane Rune, but he couldn't use anything. He's just like running around.
It was a nice play by Wee as well. He threw two spirits on the high ground to force the Axis and the trance out from the troll, and then he just kind of sat up on the high ground.
Yeah. Very awkward fight for FDL, unfortunately, with CC kind of being far from his friends, and DC just quick to recognize where they should go and make that kind of jump.
Yeah, DC just play really well together. And we talked about game one. Oh, they picked a drow. You got to like it kind of forced you to play as a team, but they're doing the same here in game two with a different style of draft.
It looks like they want to go for Bisa here.
Oh, this would be very unfortunate for FDL, but it looks like it will be a successful gank lead-in. Hitting the Magnetize now, and there's really nothing much to be done. Stan King's on the way, but
More
doesn't
int.
matter.
Nom.
Yep, that's an issue.
16 already.
What is 8+3? Troll, unfortunately, going to be suffering quite a bit in the mana department now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
DC actually putting a lot of pressure, while FDL's pretty much being the response out of this this game now after the turnaround.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like they feel very comfortable being the ones who make the first move.
Definitely on the back foot.
that pick off on Beast in the top lane. They transition it, get the attempted setup from FDL by taking out CC in the bottom lane, leading to a couple of buildings. That was just so much of a huge surplus for DC. It got Weehaw back in the game, and DC is just one of those kind of teams.
Yeah.
that
And the only
will
good
take
hero on the DC side that pushes is Sven, and you know they have 4 towers off the map right now. Whereas on the other side of things, you've got a troll and an ogre magi, and you haven't been able to secure as many. So that's a big concern right now for FDL.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
or Roche or anything. Yeah,
And we were mentioning
Or Roche. Yeah.
like the Warcry and Crimson Guard, and now they have both online. So it's like, how does FDL really want to approach taking fights? They have to find a way to pick people off. Top lane. Looks like this might be the move.
Yeah, this is a blink MJW, so they get to jump
but
in.
they're not getting him.
Global carry to safety net. Weeha's going to be able to jump away to safety, and they're going to take down. Oh, okay.
We
CC's
have still
gonna
being
go
chased
back
by
inside.
a troll. It looks like he'll be fine. That's way.
It was a nice play from Misery again.
Solar Crest Ember Spirit.
Huh. Okay. The
You can-
evasion, the armor, it's actually so good against this draft to keep you alive.
Yeah.
You could just throw it on the Sven too.
The Troll's not going to be happy about that.
Very bizarre to have it on the Ember Spirit, but you can understand. Yeah, just
It's
versus
such a good
draft,
item in this game. Yeah.
draft specific. Yeah. It's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Who else is going to get
Playing
us to-
more that kind of tempo controller anyways at this stage, so.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, Misery. I didn't notice he had his blank, just the crit build.
Yeah. First time for everything though. That might be the first time solo Chris troll. Probably, right?
Solo
Or
Crest
Ember, I
versus
mean,
Ember,
sorry.
yeah.
Pretty interesting.
If it was having a better game, I imagine
might
he
just
would have
have a
gone more
quest.
standard items, but
Solar Crest quest.
yeah.
So
That's 14 minutes, unfortunately, so he did not make that quest.
1 star.
Yeah. I don't know, what is the 1 star? 24 minutes maybe?
Probably.
May have just made it. There we go.
like we were mentioning too, Darkseer not really prioritizing the blink. He doesn't feel like he needs it in this game. He's just gonna go full tanky for now. He will probably get it later, like after right after the next item, but doesn't need it at the time being.
They've got so much armor.
He's so
The Greaves gives you more armor when you're low now, the Solar Crest. It's getting harder and harder for FDL as time goes on.
Yeah, and you can just see DC is actually farming 4 heroes on the map while FDL is only farming like 1 or 2, if that, in weird positions, not even in like super good positions to farm.
Nice mouth dodge.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just luck, but it was nice.
Oh! Now you see him, now you don't.
It looked like he turned to Chrono, right? He like blinked in and then turned in Chrono. I think if he hadn't turned, he may have actually gotten it off, but still, nice reaction there by Wii.
Yeah, he's trying to get him on the periphery so that the TA can actually contribute damage, and that's actually, as you mentioned, probably what makes him miss there.
Meanwhile, they just take out the Roche with the Solar Crest and the Sven.
Not looking so good for FDL here as DC just begin to
It's not looking
make
like
their
the FDL
climb.
that faced OG a couple days ago.
Well, this game they had a good start. Everything was looking pretty crisp for them, but then just that one mistake in the jungle seems like it's starting to
Yeah.
hurt them a bit, and then Weehaw got caught up. And
Yeah,
just
CC
small
and
little
C gave
mistakes.
them a big recovery in the bottom lane too.
Yeah.
When he was caught out.
When DC just hit that huge couple of ganks, it was like that's when FDL was supposed to hit their stride. And they missed the whole window. And now it's like, oh, now we have to recover.
Yeah, it became like it's like impossible for FDL to really take a 5v5 team fight because they have no mech carrier, they have pure physical damage, and there's a global silence. You have to
Yeah, they don't have any way to
basically
deal with that global silence either. And who's getting
Yeah.
Greaves or Lotus or anything to purge off the sounds aside from a Satyr creep? But yeah. Not a really good way to answer.
Suboptimal.
Are we going to be seeing more silencers creep in against Faceless Voids, you think?
Perhaps. It's
so
interesting.
far,
It's definitely
It's worked both games we've seen it.
silences and any type of way to hinder the time walk is very good versus the Void Lions.
Yeah.
Or
It's
Spirits.
also really good versus the SD here. I don't know how common it'll be, but it's a possibility for sure.
And normally I would just think like he's got what feels like a lot of shortcomings and problems that comes with them. You know, they
Yeah.
frequently say like, oh, it's great here, but then you're stuck with a silencer. But it doesn't look like DC had to do much to build around him or any sort of way. Like this
Right.
is, you could plug silencer with any other support and this be a more traditional draft for the
Agreed.
most part. So yeah, we'll see. Just maybe if silencer does pop up more, teams will try to find a way to like punish his like laning stage a bit if they want to go more aggro or something, or have ways to just kind of purge off the silence easier.
TA gets her purge now with the BKB, but more perhaps to get out some of these disables.
Yeah, but then you have like all your supports are like, sorry, can't help you.
And then at the end of the day, there's a Warcry and a Crimson Guard, and during the duration of your BKB,
Yeah.
are you going to be able to burst someone through those 2 defensive capabilities?
And an AC now even. To
Not easily.
More armor.
Not easily.
More
Well,
armor.
we're about to find out.
And you'll have to probably do it twice as they have an Aegis now too.
MJW has to get the good chrono off here from the side.
He's got like the perfect Chrono. Solar Crest Sven in the front line too. He's just there's no way they can kill the Sven.
Misery's positioning really good to scout this out, but
Yeah.
Jump in. There it was. He gets 4. Big catch. Misery tries his best to get off a boulder smash, but it might not be enough. They're going to take Sasuke down first, which is their best target to eliminate the global. Can they make the most out of this moment, though? Misery's going to be able to get off the magnetize. The wall had been committed, and DC reposition and step back. Misery ends up with a double kill, and it looks like it's not going to be enough this time, friends.
the TA there is just hitting away. It gets like 6, 7, 8
Yeah,
right clicks off
exactly.
in a row in a Darkseer, and the Darkseer's just like, oh, that kind of tickles. And that's with a Desolator.
Yeah.
That's like that was the perfect fight basically for them. They didn't get the 5-man Chrono, but they got 4-man Chrono on the
The
low
boulder
ground.
smash didn't even hit that many people.
Yeah.
He
It just hit the
sidestepped
troll.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just hit the troll.
It was perfect, man.
I felt like I didn't even see the troll in that fight.
Yeah, he got boulder.
He just got bouldered, and then he couldn't even get in after that.
I saw the TA. TA was attacking the entire time.
TA
Did
was
not
in the
get
whole time.
controlled.
Regardless, I mean, even if the troll was contributing, maybe they get the darks here and that's it. So
Yeah, everybody on their side is so tanky from the way that they itemize.
Yep.
well, and that's the problem with not going with a diverse damage profile. I mean, when it's just so easy to itemize against. So
But gotta applaud FDL, man. Troll Warlord, you know.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
They
Yeah,
had
they
a
definitely
really
tried.
solid early game. Like
It's just like I said, like things started going south when that should have been their best moment to shine.
Yeah.
Like we should have been seeing Chronos like that with the TAs slashing them apart. Just came too late. No credit to DC. Weehaw was just getting spanked in that mid lane with the matchup as it was, but they found a couple picks. They got him back in the game. He got a solar crest, and DC just kind of itemized appropriately. They're gonna get some final giggles in the end, though. They'll be able to slash apart Moo.
Yeah,
Oh, poor Moo.
Come on, man.
Bowing out. I was wondering why they were chasing out a base here.
they're gonna
without
Oh, they're gonna get resolution as well. Beast almost goes down. Looks like Ember should be able to clean him up.
How many dollars? Here we go. Couple of freebies here. Let's see if they can get it. Earn. Misery. Got him.
Yeah, that's
Now it feels
There
good.
we go. 5 kills.
Okay,
Yep. Wow.
5-man wipe.
Yep. All right. There we go. They lost their axes, but they do get a 5-man wipe.
They had I guess they had 2 BKBs that they didn't use in the fight.
Very
either of
nice.
them. So they definitely wanted to make use of that. So that's understandable that they chased out having that magic immunity still available.
You see all 3 of them though beating on Moo. All 3 physical damage. They were just beating the crap out of him. He actually died quite slowly. It's like the Bash brothers just hitting him.
It was like
hitting
a
Moo.
cartoon where they just jump on one guy and like, get him! And they beat the hell out of him.
those 3 carries with battle trance, you'd expect to kill anyone like incredibly fast. But
Yeah.
no, Moose fine.
Even with, and they have bloodlust too. Like, it's still DC looking like they itemized really well, but still,
Yeah.
7k swing on the side of FDL. Not quite enough, but it definitely is.
Yeah.
And it's
The
good to
gift
get
is
this
that.
game
Gonna
for
be helping.
at least another, 5 minutes, 10 minutes,
Yep.
or whatever.
They need like 2 or 3 more though.
Oh,
and
for
then
sure.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I was about to say if Moo gets like a Shivers or something, like good luck doing damage once more.
Yep.
But we'll see how they go. Diffusal Ember, we're seeing all kinds of hodgepodge of items.
What's Bisa getting then with that little bit of a swing? Yeah, he's got a BKB, so doesn't have to worry about crazy boulders flying around.
Moo is going Shivas with the plate mill. By the
What is
way.
he trying to purge off with the diffusal? Blood loss?
Time
time
dilation.
dilation. Yeah, okay, yeah,
I was
see, there we
trying to
go.
think what it was.
Yeah, time dilation, that makes sense. It's cheaper than Manta, I guess.
Can you purge off the mischance too from Troll? I mean, that's not really much of a difference, but
Not sure, probably. But
Yeah,
Probably.
I'm sure you can purge blind.
I think that's it. Just about.
you can't purge battle trance, I'm guessing. I'm not sure.
Don't think so.
Yeah,
We don't play versus that hero enough. Huh? We don't see him enough.
Well, for DC, they took one on the nose, but they'll come right back. They have a lot more of the tools, as mentioned, to be able to take a serious, real fight. So let's see. I mean, FDL, have they been able to take that free chunk of change there and invest it in something to be able to hold this game out or not?
Sven has an MKB.
Yeah, he's had enough of the whirling axes.
Yep.
The mischance of that is ridiculously high,
Ooh,
so.
Dragon Lance on Silencer.
Oh, he has a full
That's,
Hurricane Pike,
Or
huh?
Hurricane
Yeah.
Pike. I called it a Dragon Lance for God's sakes. Hurricane Pike.
And a Ghost Scepter. Wow, he's actually pretty damn farm. He's dishing out a lot of damage here too.
Got 18 intel. So he hits pretty hard. Deceptive. He'll be able to sit in the back and just pop off some easy right clicks.
Is under attack.
FDL looks like they want to be making one of their first moves in quite a while.
This is what you gotta do.
Doesn't seem like they're gonna get anybody though.
Yeah, DC are kind of floating around waiting for the Roche to pop up. But okay, if FDL can make their way all the way through the secret shop here and catch DC from behind, it's possible. And he's gonna go for it. It's a
They
jump
got
for
Wii, huh?
Wii. That could be a quick burst of the Ember. He does have a
Still feel like they
buyback.
can turn without Chrono.
They're going to get Emperor buyback as well.
Yep, they want to make the best out of this one. Global goes out, CC's being chased down, and he has to use his BKB to try to make it out and away. Stan King will be the first to drop from the side of FDL on this one, and Bisa's still caught in the heat of the fight right here. They try to kite him around. MJW gets up in arms with Misery, but we continue to chase on the Bisa. Long stun will connect. Weehaw joins Resolution in arms, and they'll be able to burst down the Troll. And with that, DC will get the end of this fight, and that means that they can wait out for the Rosh if they'd like, or move down towards the bottom lane and push. We'll see what they decide to do.
Force buybacks, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think if you're DC, you realize, like, wait, we're gonna get Rosh one way or another. Let's try and. This is the time where you try and force buyback / end the game.
Yeah.
And if they all buy back, you back off, take Rosh, then go for, if you want to play it really safe. But realistically, without a chrono, I think chances to defend high ground are pretty slim.
Oh,
CC.
CC gets caught. He gets forced away, but already so much damage had been done. He'll go down 80 seconds. No buyback. That means TA will not be here for what could be the final defense of FDL.
Just gonna wait, slowly beat it down.
will
Wait for the
be-
two side lanes to push in. Maybe even just wait for the Roshan that we were mentioning. They do. I don't think they know that it's up, but I believe it did spawn.
Yeah, they did see it earlier. They were gonna. Oh no,
No, it
what am I
didn't.
talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw them blinking. It must have.
Yeah.
Something else.
I thought I saw Misery even pinging it, but I guess
never.
a couple more, one and a half more
A
minutes.
forgiving timer for FDL.
Yeah, it's a max spawn.
So FDL will be happy. It looks like CC will be able to be back for at least another defense.
Still, they've done some very significant damage to the base of the Radiant.
Yeah. And it's not like FDL's going to be getting out there and going on
They
any
need-
sort of expedition anytime
They need
soon.
more than just a core kill out of their chrono. They need a core and a support.
And they called for it. Didn't help them. That's
Yeah, the
crazy.
dream is catching core plus like silencer in your chrono.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, but with the positioning that DC have been kind of showing, even when they're hanging around that pit, like their supports are just kind of way out in the boonies. They're not looking to get caught easily.
Yeah, Tox's job is literally just don't get chronoed, so definitely should not get chronoed.
I don't actually think the global silence is that important though. Like, if he gets the chrono,
not.
like we saw the fight where they killed the Darkseer. Like they were actually all global silence, but as long as
Yeah.
they're attacking,
I think like having the war cry outside of the Chronosphere is even more helpful than
It really is. That's actually
Yeah.
a good point. They don't really have anything that synergizes too well with the Chronosphere.
I don't think Zach. I mean, he doesn't want to get caught in the chrono because he's squishy, and you don't want. You'd
Yeah.
rather he stay alive to spam the curse, spam last word, and get damage off. But to me, the DC team fight isn't really that reliant on global silence at all.
I mean, but then it's like, okay, so you would want to get rid of like Moo, let's say, for all the utility he brings to the team, but he's not easy to kill, so
No,
you gotta
that
get
is-
someone who can add some utility, and I guess can be killed.
Oh, you need to catch as many as you can, just for,
Yeah,
for,
or
just for the sake of making that fight.
Side, like, I'll catch him in a perfectly straight
CC
line.
getting on bottom and he dies like instantly from the Sven. Wow.
And,
That's fast kill.
and he is not going to be around for this
Misery
defense.
can tank
But
this
can
game as
FDL hit him? T-bone crash. Here we go. They run right in. Moo's going to get stunned up. Visa's looking to go for Misery while his other teammates are making a move for the others. Moo is going to not get caught in this chrono, but they catch Sasuke and we.
Oh, that chrono just working right against them there.
Yeah.
Vacuum into it. Nice cleaves coming out. Targeting their decision making there just seemed very all over.
Plenty of time for Moo to like go, okay, how can I set up this vacuum? And that will be the end of it. FDL are forced to tap out, not just of this series, but also of the tournament. DC will stay alive and move on into the next round in the lower bracket.
Take on Team Liquid, a very tough opponent.
Yes.
They definitely showed some signs of life in this early game, and I mean the last game was a little bit rough just as well because of the drafting, but I don't think that they should be too unhappy with this. Yes, the other day versus OG they looked quite good, so I think that's what they should look at and be like, you know, this was us playing at like pretty much our best, and we should just take what we can from that. Looking at these games versus DC, they looked a bit sloppy.